The factory must grow from starter to mega base. We've got it all set up, and now it's just a matter of starting to execute on the early game. I'm going to keep the wreck around just because there's no real reason to pick it up. We've got infinite space. Our initial production will be all using the burner stuff, of course. Now I could go up and mine coal out of the coal patch, but that's too slow. So we're going to use these huge rocks to gain some coal and some stone, which we can then use to move our production along. Having it on the hotbar allows me to see what's going on here, and I'm going to include the plates and the bricks on the hotbar as well, just like that. Okay, start that going, and now we need to let that just spin for a little bit. Dig up some iron, turn it into plates for us. I really want enough plates to build several burner mining drills. I want to put 2 on coal, I want to put 2 on stone. So I'm going to take this time to gather some wood, which we will need for power poles, and the occasional wooden box. I'm also going to go pick up a couple more rocks that I found when I explored. My normal habit on a save is to make a quick run around the starting lake and see what resources I have available. I'm not exactly doing this as a speed run, but if I can not waste time, it means we're not going to be spending a couple of extra hours inside the burner phase. Let me get these set up. At some point I'm going to turn on the personal logistics here, and anything in the excess of these upper limits will be dropped down into the trash slots, which makes it just a little bit harder to recover. You have to go into your inventory and pull it back out if you want to build anything. While we're running, let's set up some of these hotbar buttons. There's our stone. I'm going to include the chutes on my hotbar. They are about the same cost as an inserter, maybe a little bit less. Not sure how I feel about that since they're so much faster. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to include the power plant. That's actually for next episode, but I'm going to have those on my hotbar so I can keep track of what I'm building here. We're going to need power poles. We're going to need wooden chests. Let's build a couple of those. And I will need red science and science labs. The reason why I put things like that on the hotbar, even if I'm only going to be using them once, is so that while I'm playing, I don't lose track of what I have and have not built. It's embarrassing to build one really expensive thing and then go back and build it again. So we're about 5 minutes into the game now, so I'm hoping that our iron mine has given us enough plates to make, say, 5 or 6 burner mining drills. So this requires 9 plate per. We'll see what it gives us. Yes, it is still going. We want to make absolutely sure to not use up all of our coal down here, because we do need to use some coal to start our stone mines going. So we picked up 63 iron plate. That's going to be nice. That's going to make 7 burner mining drills. So we're going to turn on the personal logistics and request 6 stone furnaces and 6 burner mining drills. That will have handy hands try to maintain those stocks for us. Now I could have started that earlier, and I probably should have. So for coal, y'all have seen that one. So those two will feed each other coal until they fill up. We'll be expanding that to 16 mines. And over here on stone, I want to put eventually 4, but for now 2. So we'll have a steady supply of stone now. Okay, now that we've done that, now it's a matter of alternating between adding to our iron mine and adding to our coal mine. I probably shouldn't have gone for 5 immediately. But yeah, why not? It's not an exact science, and I would be worried about balancing it perfectly if I were trying to do a speed run. But I am not doing a speed run today. The last speed run I did, after 1.0 dropped, I wiped all of my achievements and then did a grand run where I earned all the achievements I cared about in one run, which included the Lazy Bastard and the speed runs. Basically, I did a Lazy Bastard run in 8 hours. I used Nephrem's 100% guide, 100% method. Not this guide, but he had a run he did where he 100%ed everything. And I basically used that approach. It worked really well. For the life of me, I don't remember whether I had to come back and do a second run to get the 8-hour run or not. I do remember that the timing was stressful. So for the next few minutes, we're just going to be running back and forth between coal and iron, with side trips to stone. Now, if there is a perfect balance between coal and iron to be had, I would rather err on putting too many down on coal. Because we can always do, less. We can always have more coal in our inventory. However, I think at this point, we're going to do that. I am going to use the other 3 to complete my iron. So to make all of these things, well, not all of them, but some of them, we do require copper, and to make the deep water well, we actually require some brick. So we still need to set up the copper and the brick. Here's the easy way to do this. 2, 3. Now I did not pick up the copper when I did not pick up the iron when I was there. So this is suboptimal. Oh, also we need to put this down. There, that's how we'll get brick. Okay, so we still need 4 more miners over here on coal. We're not done yet. Now I want to fill these all the way up to the brim. And that's as close as I'm going to get. Okay, so our iron is full, and now we just need to keep it full while we build the rest of them. Let's lay out the copper next. Now it's probably better to put down the furnaces first, so Handy Hands doesn't use one of my furnaces. I'm going to go ahead and drop the rest of the coal in here. I think I'm also going to go ahead and place the other 2, because fairly shortly I'm going to need a lot more stone than I'm getting right now. When we start building up resources to go build the power plant in the next step, we're going to require stone furnaces for the boilers. We're also going to want to carry a whole bunch of stone furnaces for when we start building our actual smelters. So that's something we'll be ramping up permanently. Okay, we have now gotten over 500 iron plate on us. This is a good sign. Top up. There we go. So with iron topped up, we're now over 200 coal. We come over to copper. Over 100 copper. That's coming along really well. At this point, I can stop building burner mining drills on request. I now have all of the burner mining drills that I think I want. And now we can start firing up our bricks, which we will need for the deep water wells. I want to hand build the first two deep water wells as the first thing in the next video, and then request in everything else. And I'm going to make that transition from the burner phase to building power once we get everybody full of coal, because we will be spending time running around on this base gathering resources to make the things needed for the power plant for the next phase. Notice I'm not even going back to the iron right now because I have more iron than I need for now. Steam engines require quite a lot of iron. They require 31 per. I'm making 16. You can do the math. Okay, so that's all topped up. That's all topped up. Oh, that's not quite topped up. I think one more load of coal. And I will need some more something. Not sure what we're short of here. Let's build the first one. I need more stone. So yes, we will be building the deep water wells in this episode. And there's the second one. So let's get everybody refueled, and then we'll cut and go to the next episode. Notice I'm picking up a lot of extra iron at this point. I want to start fresh when I'm building up the resources for the power plant with as much space as possible, because I'm going to be spending some time doing some bookkeeping, and I want the miners to all go as best they can. Okay. So at this point, I have identified what to make for the power plant. I have requests in place for building stone furnaces, and I have sources of materials. So we're going to cut here, and I will be back in the next episode to build the power plant.